Shalom, it's the Woolly Hair Professional coming back to you guys with the Crown Reset Challenge. Today is day 1, wash day. I'm going to be showing you how to wash, how to hydrate, how to cleanse, how to hydrate and moisturize your beautiful 4C woolly hair. As you can see here, my son, he has that beautiful virgin 4C woolly hair, which means that he's never even had heat on his hair before, not direct or indirect heat. He hasn't even had braids before. He hasn't most of his hair, and I will say I have trimmed his hair before. That's the most that has ever been done, maybe taking a little bit off the top. And as you can see, he gets I don't know if it's a taper or fade around the sides and the back, but yeah, he doesn't really have anything done to his hair. No chemicals, no heat, just beautiful, healthy, our beautiful, healthy products and our consistent regimen that we do. So right here, as you can see, we are actually doing the shampoo. I recommend doing 2 shampoos. The first shampoo is to break down the excess dirts and oils, any buildup, any extra products, just really cleansing the hair. That's what the first wash is for cleansing the hair, specifically cleansing the scalp, because the main thing is cleansing the scalp, keeping the scalp and the hair clean, but you mostly want to keep the scalp clean and the hair hydrated and moisturized. So we go in and we do the first shampoo for that cleanser, to really get those excess dirts and oils out, the sweat out, the product that you may have been using throughout the week or that you may have used when you first styled your hair. In this case, I don't really use a lot of product in his hair. However, I do re-moisturize and rehydrate it a little bit down the line after we first style it, maybe later in the week or the next week, maybe after his hair has been and it's styled for about a week at the longest before I actually moisturize it again, which is adding a little bit more product. So this is here, I guess you could see that we are going in and doing the second wash here. Now the second wash is actually for hydration. It's a part of the cleansing as well, because you want to make sure that you cleanse it well. But now you are getting even more hydration because you don't have the excess dirt still on your hair, sitting on your hair. You don't have the excess oils. You don't have all that extra buildup, that old product that was on your hair. So now you can actually really moisturize or hydrate your hair. And as you can see, it doesn't really take much with our moisturizing shampoo at Studio Natural Hair to really get that soapy cleanse, to really get that hydration. We didn't use very much on the first nor the second wash. So that is what you saw there. It's very, our shampoo, our moisturizing shampoo is very moisturizing. It gives those kinks and those coils everything that it needs to soften the hair, to make it more easier to detangle, to make it pain-free, to cleanse it, to really draw in that hydration that you really need. So that's what you saw there. Now we're going in with our deep conditioner. I love this deep conditioner. It really makes that woolly hair silky smooth, very much moisturized, very strong and healthy, very much easier to detangle, to really work through with your fingers and with your detangling tools and things like that. So we go in with this and we focus on putting this on the hair, as of course the excess is going to get on the scalp, but the main thing is the deep conditioner or your conditioner of choice to go on the hair. And what I'm doing is I'm rubbing it into the hair. I'm basically kind of like loosening up the hair to make sure it is evenly distributed. And then I'm going in and massaging, giving him a nice little scalp massage, making sure that it's getting on the scalp, making sure that we are creating greater blood flow to the scalp for good growth to the hair. And so that's what we are doing here, making sure it's evenly distributed throughout the hair, because you just don't want it sitting on top of the hair. You want it to be all throughout the hair, and you want to give a nice little scalp massage to help stimulate the scalp and bring forth good blood flow so that this hair can continue to grow healthily. And so this is what we're doing. That's what we just did there. And I'm showing you his beautiful woolly texture with the deep conditioner and how lovely it makes the hair look. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this shower cap on. We're going to put he has a do-rag he put on after this, on top of this, to kind of like use your natural body heat to activate the deep conditioner even more. It's not something that you have to do, but I like doing this. Also, some people like to use a hooded dryer on top of the plastic cap without this do-rag or without any type of scarf or anything. Now, that's not something that is necessary with our deep conditioner. However, you can do that. It won't cause any harm. But our products and our brand is all about simple hair care, high quality royal hair care for that 4C woolly hair, but getting back to making it simple, as I feel like that the natural hair community and a lot of these different products overcomplicate natural hair care, especially our 4C woolly hair. And it isn't complicated at all. If you remain consistent, if you stick to the products that work and don't switch up your products all the time and things like that, you will find that natural hair care 4C woolly hair is not complicated at all. And so this is what we have gone in and we did. We left the cap on for about 5 minutes. That's all, not too long. I know people like to multitask with the deep conditioner in their hair, and like I said, it's something, if you want to do it, you can do it, but it's not necessary with our products. You only have to leave that on for about 5 minutes, and you will get the full benefits of the detangling benefits, the moisturizing benefits, the loosening up your coils and making it softer. Is doing all of that in that 5 minute time period, making your hair stronger, you name it. And so now I'm going in and finger detangling the hair. Again, I know that some people like to do other things, such as use their tools while they're in the shower to detangle their hair and comb and brush and things like that. But with our products, it's not fully necessary. If you use the products the right way, if you remain consistent, and if you just follow these steps from beginning to end and take your time, you won't have to do that. On top of that, too much manipulation, too much friction with the tools can actually cause a lot more harm than good sometimes. So what I like to do is I like to finger detangle first when we have that deep conditioner in, and then we rinse it right out after we finish finger detangling, which you can see here. I had rinsed it out and I'm squeezing some of that excess water out, and then we're going to go in with our next product, which I'm sure you know as a 4C woolly hair queen or king, that we are going in with our leave-in conditioner. So this is the last part of the wash. We're going to go in with this leave-in conditioner. Our leave-in conditioner is another part of the hydration that keeps the hydration in, as we have rinsed out the deep conditioner. Now we're going to leave us with something beautiful. Oh, and guess what this is called? Leave them with luxury. This is our leave-in conditioner. This is the creamy one. We also have something else special behind this, which we will tell you about it later, because as you know, I have said that this is a creamy one. So then what is the other one? Well, you will find out later down the line. But in this video, we are just doing the creamy leave-in, that portion of the leave them with luxury leave-in conditioner. And this is very moisturizing, very soothing, very softening to the hair. It continues to help with the detangling process. First of all, let me just say I'm glad that this video turned out the way that it did, because my video camera kept cutting off everything. That's why the video is so long. It has so many parts I had to chop up and try to make it shorter, and it's still 15 minutes long. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for coming to watch. Now we are going into our detangling process, our last part of the detangling process, because the first part of the detangling is when you wash, not after you wash, but actually for some, is actually before you wash, which we will also go into in another video. But here his hair was already pretty prepared to be washed and not too tangled or matted. So we started our detangling process in the wash. And see here, this is the last part of the detangling process. I am using my unbrush. I'm pretty sure you all know about the unbrushed brush. I love it on 4C woolly hair. And oh, you're wondering, why am I brushing it like this? Well, guess what? Our hair actually stands up tall and high. Now, granted, of course, most of us women, we do stretch our hair where it hangs down low, even though it's still, fuller and stands up a little bit higher. It's not like straight hair just because we stretched it, but it usually still hangs down. Well, most of the time, if you are wearing a shorter cut or your mini afro, your mini fro, or a lot of times for boys, they wear their hair and, the little, what do we call it? Teeny weeny afro, the little mini fro. And it's basically in its shrunken state, and it's 100% natural shrunken state. And so with that, his hair is not hanging down. So rather than me working against it and trying to brush down or comb down, I am working with it and brushing upward, which is how his hair is already going up naturally. Now, when I try, as you might see later on in this video, when I try to do it the way that most of us would do it, with our hair hanging down, already being stretched from braids and twists and heat and different things, different styles that we do with our hair, trying to brush it from ends to roots, upward, it actually causes him more pain because that's working against his hair. I think I might have showed that at some point in this video. Not 100% sure, but here what we are usually doing is we are brushing upward, and it looks like we are brushing from roots to end, which is different than what you would really know. I would not recommend this for if your hair is hanging down from a stretch style, or just from your hair getting used to being styled and stretched. If your hair is styled and stretched or a straight end or anything like that, I recommend that you would start from end to roots, as most of us know. But if your hair is always standing upward, almost never hanging down, then I recommend that you would it's probably better that someone does this for you. But if you can, try to have your head hanging down, and that you are making sure that you are brushing upward like this, and you are keeping the brush at a I don't know if that's diagonal up and down, brushing it like that, and not horizontal going across. So that is how the easiest way, the most painless way, and the most effective way to detangle 4C woolly hair when it's in its 100% shrunken state, standing upward, going upward, high up to the heavens rather than hanging down, being stretched from different styles. That is the best way that I have found to do it. Now we are going in with our hair oil, our beautiful Osher hair oil. Osher means riches and wealth in Hebrew. And this is definitely a rich, lovely oil. It does not take much at all. As you can see, I didn't put a whole bunch on there. I put a nice amount to lock in the moisture, to keep his hair nice and moisturized for an extended period of time, so that we don't have to go in the next couple of days and moisturize his hair. Now, because his hair is out like this, chances are we may have to go back in within a few days or so, give or take, maybe like 3 or 4 days, to go back in and moisturize his hair again, with our with something additional. I'll just say that because I don't want to break the secret yet. But if your hair was if you twist your hair after this, if you braid your hair after this, then it will be quite some time before you will actually have to re-moisturize your hair again. Now, I cannot speak for everybody because everybody's hair is in a different state, different condition. So, you have to do, and everybody doesn't hydrate their bodies the way that they should. So sometimes your hair might dry out faster. However, if you're staying hydrated, if you are doing the things that you need to do from the beginning of the regimen up to the end, if you are consistent with the care of your hair, once you do these things, you will not have to continue to moisturize your hair so quickly in such a short period of time. To re-moisturize your hair, you won't have to re-moisturize it for quite some time. I would say for about 5 to 7 days, give or take, if you twist or braid it after doing these things. And so now what I'm doing, I'm just picking it out, fluffing it out, styling it the way we want it to be styled. And his 4C woolly hair has came out beautifully. Let's look at it. Nice and fluffy and soft, picked out, styled well. And that is the end of the regimen. I hope that you learned